Hello everyone. In today's video, we will review the 3 best trading strategies shared by the channel's audience, and these strategies were chosen according to the number of likes. But first, please allow me to thank everyone who shared his strategy in the previous video. The first strategy, shared by Peter Obi. To start with this strategy, you have to choose a 5-minute frame. Since this strategy uses 2 indicators, let's open the indicators box and search for the first indicator, which is the Arty indicator. Now choose this indicator and make sure that it was created by Phoenix Binary. After applying the main indicator to the chart, let's look for the second indicator, which is the confirmation indicator. In the search field, type trend meter and choose this indicator, which was created by LegMC. This strategy is used to enter long positions only, so we must determine the path of the uptrend and avoid entering when the movement is in a downtrend. And to know the movement of the uptrend, we must see this cloud moving above this line, which is the moving average 200. After identifying the uptrend, we rely on these triangles to take an entry position. And when these triangles appear, we should also see confirmation signals from the trend meter indicator. To learn more about the trend meter indicator, you can watch this video in the previous videos of the channel. Okay, since the trend meter gave a confirmation signal, and this signal was in line with a green triangle on the Phoenix indicator, this would be a good entry point. Also, here are 2 entry signals from the Phoenix indicator, but in the trend meter there is no confirmation, so it is considered a false signal. Here too, a successful signal, but we did not get confirmation from the trend meter. And here, we did not get confirmation. Even here and here, there was no confirmation. But here, at this large triangle, the signal looks good. Here we got a confirmation signal from the trend meter, and indeed, the market rally was good after this signal. There is also a useful feature in the Arty indicator, and to know it, open the indicator settings. In the style section, activate the tables from here. These tables show the entry price, take profit and even stop loss, in both cases, whether they are long or short, which is a very great feature, especially in scalping. Okay, this was a short and quick explanation of the first strategy, but let's see the second and third strategy, so that we can know the best of them. The second strategy, shared by Kashif Azim. Well, this strategy works on 2 frames. The first frame is 1 hour, which is to determine the entry area, and the second frame is 15 minutes, and is used to confirm, so let's start with a 1-hour frame. Now let's open the indicators and search for the relative strength index, or just type RSI. After you find it, apply it to the chart 2 times. Head to the settings and delete the yellow line, which is the moving average line. Also change the color of the RSI to the color you want, and then open the input section and change the length to 50. After completing the first, go to the second and open the settings as well, change the length to 2, then go to the style section and delete the yellow line as well, then choose the color you want. As you can see, we have 2 indicators of the same type, but with different settings. Now, try to hold the white line in the indicator above, and then drag it gently on the indicator below it. Thus, the indicators were combined into 1 indicator. And to adjust the scale, and make it move evenly for the 2 indicators, right-click on the mouse, and choose Pin to the right scale. Okay, the 2 indicators were combined into 1 indicator, and the scale was also adjusted. After completing this, open the indicator box again, and then search for normalized MACD indicator. To learn more about the normalized MACD indicator, please review the previous videos. We are left with only 1 indicator, which is the BMC Cipher B indicator. In the search field type BMC Cipher and choose this one, which was created by Himanshu. Well, these are the indicators we need, and all that remains is to figure out how to use them. Before we get started, let's move this indicator to the top by clicking the little arrow here. Now let's open the settings, and in the input section, remove everything except the points you see here. As for the style section, remove these 2 points as well. Finally, the chart is ready for trading, but first, we must know the conditions step by step. The first condition, the green points like this, should be used as a basic indicator to enter into long position. The second condition, these points must be either below or on the midline, but when they are above, they should not be used. As you can see here, all these points are above the center line, so we are not going to use them. But here and also here, we can use them to enter. The third condition is this line, that indicates the money flow indicator. And when we want to take a long position, this line should be green. As we can see here, a green dot appeared at the bottom of the indicator, and also the money flow index line was green. Yes, here, it will be a good entry point. Returning to the chart, we can see that this point here is good for entering, and this point here, and also this, is considered good for entering. As for this point, it is considered a false signal, and this point, it is also not good for entering. And all these conditions were for the first indicator only, which is the main indicator. Well, let's now see the conditions for the RSI indicator, which is one of the confirmation indicators in this strategy. In the RSI indicator, the condition is very simple, which is to see the fast RSI indicator, cutting the slow RSI indicator from bottom to top. We only have one condition left, which is the condition of the normalized MACD indicator. The MACD signal is very simple, and we have talked about it several times. When we see the red MACD line cutting the yellow signal line from bottom to top, this will be the entry signal. To find out more, let's look for a point where all these conditions meet. Okay, let's assume we were trading somewhere here. Let's also say we were waiting for an entry point to appear. That's fine, a green dot has appeared with all conditions in the main indicator. As for the RSI indicator, we can see that the fast line cut the slow line from bottom to top. And here, in the MACD indicator, which is the last confirmation indicator, we can see that the entry signal is very close, so we must wait for the next candle to make sure that the signal is confirmed. Now, in the last candle, the signal is confirmed, but let's zoom in on the indicator so we can see well. Here we can clearly see the signal, and this green column here also confirms that the intersection has been completed. All conditions were suitable for entry, so we can enter above this candle here, and we can also place a stop loss under the wick of this candle. But let's run it and see what happens. This is good, as we hope that this will happen in reality too. Okay, there are many successful entry points, and in order not to get bored, I speeded up the video, but you can slow down the playback and watch it if you want to understand more. Well, this was a simplified explanation of the second strategy, but now let's see the third and last strategy in this video. The third and final strategy, shared by Lorenzo. And to be honest, this strategy is very excellent, and we may develop it in the future to be more accurate and more profitable. Well, this strategy works on 1 hour, and even 30 minutes or 15 minutes, but to get better results, it is recommended to use it with a large time frames. But now let's test it on 1 hour frame. This strategy depends on the RSI divergence in the first place, so let's open the indicators box. To determine the divergence manually, it may be difficult for some, especially for beginners, so search for this indicator and make sure that it was created by J Trading Charts. As you can see here, this indicator simply shows the divergence, so we will not need much to search for it. But what exactly is divergence? Divergence is to see the trend in an up or down state, but on the RSI, the opposite happens. As you can see here we notice that there are two tops in an upward direction, and when we connect them with a straight line, we notice that these peaks represent an upward trend. But when we connect these tops on the RSI indicator, we notice that they are heading downwards. And usually, the result is that the trend follows the movement of the RSI indicator. In this case, we can call it bearish divergence. This was a simple explanation of the divergence, but now, let's look for the second indicator in this strategy. The second indicator in this strategy is the MACD indicator, so let's apply it to the chart. I think that the MACD doesn't need an explanation. For this, let's continue and search for the last indicator. In the search field type KDJ and choose this indicator, which was created by altcoin. Okay, that's all we need now: 1 hour frame, the divergence indicator, the MACD indicator, and the last indicator, which is the KDJ indicator. But before we start with the practical application, let's talk quickly about this indicator. The KDJ indicator is another form of the stochastic oscillator indicator, with the only difference of having an extra line called the J line. When we see that the purple line cuts the other two lines from bottom to top, we will assume that we have a long position, and when the opposite happens, we will be in a short position. Here, we can say that it is a buy signal, and here too. But the best thing the coder of this indicator has done is to put these colors to make it easier for us to see the entry and exit signals. Well, let's go back to the chart and start understanding this strategy. In this strategy, as the first one, we will not enter into short positions and will only enter into a long positions. As for the conditions, the first condition in this strategy is the appearance of the bullish divergence. And because this signal may be late in appearing, let's see this with the replay tool. And let's say we were trading somewhere here. As you can see, an entry signal appeared on the KDJ indicator, but on the main indicator, which is the RSI indicator, nothing appeared, so we will wait for the next candle. Now at this red candle, the divergence signal appeared on the RSI indicator. Only the MACD indicator remains, so we will wait for the next 1 or 2 candles and see what happens. Now, a buy signal appeared on the MACD indicator, and a beautiful green candle appeared as well. And since all conditions are met, we will place a buy order above this candle here. And this what will happen: the trend will rise in most cases. There are many examples of successful entry points in this strategy, but because the video has taken a lot of time, I will speed it up a bit, and you can slow it down if you want to see more examples. And that was it. Finally, I hope you will leave a comment about the best strategy you liked in this video, so that we can develop it and share it with you in the coming days. And if you want to read more than 100 strategies shared by members, please see the comments in the previous video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and good luck.